Hello Virgo, I'm Becky from Northern Star Tarot, and this is your general reading for the month of October. And you are my final one. Yay! It's been such a hard slog doing 12 star signs. This is the first time that I've done them in a recorded session. So thank you. Thank you for being my final viewers of the month. Let's see what we can get up for you. I'm sorry it's took so long. I think I've learned a lot this month of how to do it better for next month. So watch this space. Also, I am going to put the disclaimer in the description along with the tarot decks that I've used and any information regarding contacting me and having a personal reading with me. I'm not taking personal readings at the moment, but this is going to be the standard practice now that I'm going to stick everything in the description. Guardians of the Four Corners, Mother in Earth, Father in the Sky. Angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. Please bring forth your messages for Virgos for the month of October. What's our central theme? What's the central theme for Virgo? There we go. It's doing this lately. It's like I normally just want 2 cards, but it's giving me 4. There's lots of 4s lately. I don't know if there's a significance there. Do you know what? I'm going to find out. It's feeling a bit too, it's happened too often. Structure, foundation, realization, stable situations and planning. That feels very fitting now. I do energy forecasts, weekly energy forecasts for all the signs as well, and that's just looking at what energies are in play for that week. And the whole of this month has been like the first few weeks were kind of like shedding the old and death, and now we seem to be coming into a rebirth and restructuring ourselves. So I think that kind of fits. It's a theme I'm seeing a lot. There are so many 4s that keep coming up, especially the 4 of Wands has been like the card of the month. Like most of the readings have had it up mainly as a clarifier, but a few have had it up as the main part of the reading as well. So let's see, we've got Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Trust in the unknown, follow the voice of your soul. Harness mystic power. This is using your intuition and your inner guidance. Track down your fears and desires. This, much like the last reading I've just done for Leo, feels like internal, like trusting your instincts. I'll just have a very quick read through these because these 2 particular, I've never had them out in a reading before, and I'm still getting to grips with the Oracle cards. This one is kind of like the High Priestess in a normal tarot card. It's using your intuition and your psychic abilities. It's harnessing that. It's got such a moon energy, and I love that these have come out. That's sort of the same sort of energy of finding the answer within. Let's see, I'm going to check the Hunter out and Father Sky. Right. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that He is lovingly leading you forward. To me, given that I don't do deities, Father Sky to me is the universal energy, and it's having that connection to it. Let's see. Father Sky is the name the Native Americans and many other indigenous tribes have given to God. So this card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need and gratitude. Father Sky personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine, and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you but within you, and Father Sky is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve a father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. So, to me, that is, like it said, stepping out of your own way. And sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in that. If we want to know every detail and every plan that, you know, if I do this, is this going to happen? And that can be a very Virgo trait, can't it? I'm a Virgo moon, and I very, very much resonate with it. It's something I do. I like to have plans, and I like to know exactly where I'm going and how it's going to happen and stuff like that. It's only recently I've started letting go of that and starting to live in the now, which, believe me, is the most freeing experience. I recommend everyone does it. Don't worry about the past or the future, just focus on the present and everything will be all right. So this is focusing on positive things and your mystic energy inside yourself. I say that very cautiously. We all have the ability to tune into the energies the way I do with the cards, the way other tarot readers do. I think to some degree we could all eventually train to be like psychic and that, but it's just a lot of us, we don't use that part of ourselves. It's only recently that I've got very reconnected with it and can feel it a lot stronger than I have done in the past. And this is encouraging you to just, it's like a spiritual retreat inside yourself. That's what it feels like. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you'll have your desires too. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time to use your power to make a difference. You're not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You're here to realise your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. So, this is once again facing your inner self and not being your own worst enemy. If there is something from your past that you keep thinking and replaying in your head and questioning, should I have done that? It's urging you to make your peace with that. Either own up to why you did that, or just find a way to bring closure to it, like it says. I'm going to use these because I've not used them lately. This is the Green Witch Tarot. It was the first tarot I bought myself sometime earlier this year. In fact, it might have been around about Christmas. Right, let's see. What messages have we got for Virgo? Any messages for Virgo for the month of October? Underlying energy, bottom of the deck, is the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, it's a nice progression, isn't it? From Ace to Two of Pentacles. Ten of Atoms, Knight of Pentacles, the Oak King, which is also the Hanged Man, Six of Atoms, Ace of Wands, High Priestess. We've got the High Priestess under the High Priestess there. In fact, there's a whole lot of... Anyway, sorry, I'm getting into reading it before I've fully done it, but I'm feeling like the manifestation here. And the Nine of Atoms. This is sleepless nights and anxiety. Right, sorry, give me a sec. Let's have a drink. So our underlying energy, what are we growing? What seeds are we planting for our future? And I feel like we're trying to balance things with this thing that we're trying to build. Whatever it is that has taken our focus and attention right now, it's kind of let a few other things slide. But that happens in life. And try not to be too harsh on yourself with that. If you're focusing on one thing that needs your focus and your attention, it's natural that other sides are going to slide. But now you're starting to get them into balance. That's the energy that is coming in. There is a new prosperity on the horizon. I feel like you've had to neglect areas. Say, if you've been focusing on your family, then sliding a bit at work, or the other way round. This is reflecting the ten of Swords, which is what the Ten of Atoms is. The Ten of Swords, God, we're 14 minutes in already. The Ten of Swords traditionally it's usually someone with these swords in their back, and it's like they've either been stabbed in the back or they've tried running away from their own fears. And oh God, that ties in with this actually. I'm noticing that lately, like the cards that are in alignment with the central theme just totally resonate and work with this. For this one, it's a bit more looking back sorrowfully. it's looking back on a situation. This is the where you're questioning things that happened and that, and it's kind of like putting it to rest. It almost feels a bit like a burial ceremony, even though it's not a person that's died. It's saying goodbye to that sorrow and that pain, and realizing that it's now time to walk away from it. And I think that's quite apt with the Knight of Pentacles there. The Knights progress situations. With the Pentacles, it's our material world. So our home, our family, it's the thing we can touch and feel in our lives. And see, she's got the Ace of Pentacles there, and she's off. She's ready to go and sow it in another field. But her horse treads really slowly because she understands. Sorry, she, doesn't matter about the gender, just for the sake of the card. She realises that it takes time to build things that you can't. With this card, I always think Rome wasn't built in a day. And it's that sort of energy of taking your time with it to build or rebuild after this hurt. And like I said, I feel like this is like an internal work, but it's different to the way the Leo one was. This is a bit more taking a look at what has held you back. Seeing what aspects of yourself have stood in your way. And it feels like judgment. It's got that sort of feeling. It's that you reap what you sow. That is very, in fact, that just ties it up nicely. It's a very you reap what you sow. Whatever you've put out into the world, it comes back. And I feel like there's some energy there, there's something there that you're regretting, or that you're still feeling, that still plays on your mind. I mean, this is our past line, the central part is our present. So this is the past energy, present energy, and the future energy. But all the energy is fluid anyway, and this is not like set in stone your future. This is how the future energies contribute to this current. Everything is current, everything is now. But with regards to this is the past energy you've got coming into this, and this is the future energy you've got coming into this. But I'm getting that feeling of wanting to build something right. I think that's the best way of putting it. It's a bit like rubbing out a mistake and starting again and just taking it in slow steps. So the O-King is, in the traditional sense, the Hangman. You may have guessed if you're familiar with the tarot. It's changing our perspective. It's taking a step back, just not rushing ahead with anything. And that, with all the cards here, they're all slow paced. They've all got that sense of pause to them, with the exception of the hunter, really, who's out hunting. But even that takes time and skill and precision before you make a decision. It takes that intellect and a bit of trust in the unknown, doesn't it, to be able to hunt something down, especially when it's your fears and desires. And I love that this puts the two in together. It's almost like without tackling your fears, you can't get your desires. And I think that's true of energy anyway. It's very weird. It's the nature of life, really, isn't it? And the energies, that if you want something and you're asking directly for that, You may get what you wish for, but not in the way you'd expect at all. So we've got this energy from the past coming in of a pause, of just taking a moment, thinking from a different perspective. And I feel like that's what this energy is here. This is like changing our perspective of how we view a situation. I love this because they're both facing inwards as well. We've got the Six of Atoms here. That's moving away. It's moving away from these rough waters into a calmer, more settled. Why did I mention the Four? Did the Four pop out before? The Four of Wands, which is all about stability, and I feel that's where we're heading to, or where we're wanting to head to, is that stability within ourselves, within our relationships, however that resonates. I'm going to have to hurry this along, so we're on 21 minutes and I haven't even started the clarifiers. So we've got the Ace of Wands on our foundation, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Atoms. It's interesting that this is coming in as a future energy, because this is sleepless nights, this is anxiety, but it all happens in our head. To me, it feels like that when you wake up from a nightmare. It's not, you're safe, there's nothing there attacking you, but you feel shaken and you feel vulnerable and it feels raw and you feel like your armor's been torn down. But it's so weird that coming up in the future when in our heart space we're moving to calmer waters. Why is it our foundation feels a bit rocky? But the High Priestess over here, she's manifesting. She knows what she's got to do. She knows the ritual, she knows the routine. And this, to me, this feels what she's manifesting. I know it's going back into the past, but I feel like, especially with this Ten of Atoms up here, there's something in the past that hasn't been resolved for you, and this is what is your passions? The aces are always our beginnings, our starts, and in the past we've got this, the start of growth, the start of planting a seed, and the start of a passion, and it's just that thought stage. It's just at that thought stage. And like I said, to me, it feels very much, what have you sown in the past? And where does that lead to in the future? I'll get some clarifiers up anyway, although it feels like such a strong reading. And we're on 23 minutes. Trying very hard to keep under 30 minutes, definitely under 40. Because at some point my camera just decides to switch off and doesn't tell me. Stops recording and starts recording a new one. Oh, that's way too many. And where's the Ten of Atoms there? Where's the Ten of Atoms there? Where's the Ten of Atoms there? I feel like I don't really need any clarifiers. This sounds stupid, and I always like to try giving a bit more depth. Thank you. Ten of Pentacles. Why are we stressing about the Ten of Pentacles? Is that something that we lost, that we left in the past? The Ten of Pentacles is our material and family well-being. But there's an anxiety over it. There's a sadness over it. Has something kind of shook it up? Where's the Knight of Pentacles there? Oh. Five of Swords, and the Hermit. The Hermit, in a weird way, like, I think these two complement each other. You know, I said how it's all kind of slow-paced. This entire reading is slow-paced. For me, the Pentacles are always slow-paced anyway. The Swords, however, are quite quick-paced. And the Five of Swords is... This is like a combat. This is a heavy argument or falling out with someone. And that is something that you've walked away from, that you've stepped away from. You took your pentacle and you've gone the hell out of there. But now, it almost feels like moon energy, this Hermit. It's got that sense that, like, he's got his light, he's got the star in there, he's following his knowledge and his intuition, but he can't see where he's going. And the road is so thin. And the only thing he's got to guide him is his knowledge and his intuition. And that's what this card urges us to do. And maybe that's why everything is slow paced. Because we're needing to use that trust in our own inner guidance system that tells us what to do. And you can't ignore it. It's a bit like the snooze button on an alarm. It'll keep going off. We've got the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords opposite the Six of Swords. I love this as well, because look, this one's aiming that way, that one's aiming that way, and they're both coming into this centre. It's coming away from that trouble and retreating inside yourself, because the answers are inside yourself. That's where the answers always are. And we know it. I'm yet to figure out why we ignore it so much, because we do. We all do it. We all fool ourselves, don't we? We have periods where we make excuses for other people, or we make excuses for our own actions. Let's see, where's the Six of Atoms there? Ah, did someone flip over there? Why have you all come out? Nine of Wands, the Lovers. That's an interesting twist. Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. Four of Wands again. Swear to God, this has been the card of the month. It's been the most frequenting on all of the decks that I use. This is our stability. This is our foundation. This is what I was saying at the... Oh, it was the beginning of the... Oh, no, yeah, it was this one. I had a look at the numerology because I just keep seeing fours. And we got the Lovers and the Nine of Wands. This is what we're defending. This is what we're holding on to. We're holding on to our stability. We're holding on to our emotions. And this is the reap what you sow sort of thing. What's in your cup? What's in your heart? What is it you're giving out into the world? Is this what you're going towards? I feel like it is. It's going towards a firm foundation built on emotional stability. And we've got the Lovers there as well. It's strengthening a relationship, coming together with people that we love or with the person that we love to build our firm foundation. And the Nine of Wands, this is protecting that love. This is that. The Nine of Wands is usually, it's usually like a defensive state, but the person also looks tired, like they've been working really hard. They've been working really hard and they're like, oh God, what more are you going to throw at me? I can't take any more, but they can. They've just got that, it's that last hurrah, that last bit of energy, that last bit of go. that last bit of fight. Why is the Ace of Wands there? This is a very deep reading. It feels a judgment. There we go. Judgment. What did I say? This seems to be happening the more I do the tarot. I'm like, I get the feeling of the energy and then the card comes out. So, yeah. It feels like this is a new energy. This is a rebirth. And like I said, it all feels internal. I feel like you've reached a stage in your life where you're looking back on what you've built and how your life has been, and you're questioning it now. Is it who you are? Is it who you want to be? Is it how you want to be? Is where you are where you want to be? And that's what all this internal work is. Just be careful not to overthink it to the point where you become the obstacle of yourself and you can't see the stars because of the clouds. Where's the High Priestess there? What is Virgo manifesting? Temperance. That's good. That's a very good card to have. That was just what I was saying about keeping that balance. It's keeping that balance between your emotional world and the physical world. It's manifesting balance between those two. Being balanced within yourself. Where's the Nine of Atoms there? King of Pentacles. Definitely feel like the two big stress cards here are about finances and about the home and about what you've built. Is there a fear to lose it? Is there a fear of losing what you've built? I'm going to get another one, just see. Any advice for Virgo? I don't feel like I can leave it on a question. It just doesn't seem right. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. This is another card that's been doing the rounds lately. It's vastly becoming my favourite card. The Hierophant is learning the lessons. Maybe that is the issue, is you haven't learnt the lessons yet, or you haven't acknowledged the lessons that you've learnt from the past. And that's how to overcome this fear of loss, this fear of losing what you've built, is to learn the lesson, acknowledge the lesson, and then you can move on from it. Right, I'm just going to get a Power Thought card by Louise Hay. These are nothing to do with the tarot, but I like using them. I like having a nice positive thought for the end of a reading. I also like seeing if I can tie in with it. Yeah, I bought some postcards as well to do this with, but I'm yet to use them. Oh, listen. Oh, two we've got. Oh, wow. I can release the past and forgive everyone. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. That just echoes everything there. It's also something that resonates with me heavily. It's something I've only recently been able to do over this last year is learn how to forgive not only other people but myself, and it doesn't matter what hurt we've suffered. It's, for me, I've reached a level of understanding that the people that harm us are acting in their own best interest at the time, and most of the time it's not intended. And if it is intended, then the energy they put out is the energy they'll get back. I don't mean that they'll be punished, but it's punishment in itself. It's judgment in itself. It's something that they've got to live with as well, and they've got to forgive themselves. And learning to forgive yourself as well is an important thing. My heart is open and I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself, I love others, and others love me. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. That just ties in so nicely. It really does. I think they tie in well together as well. And like I said, the last few readings I've done have been very... In fact, a lot of the readings I've done this month, like I said, tying in with the energy forecasts, have been about rebirth. It's shedding the old skin of ourselves and stepping into a new energy and becoming the highest vibration of ourselves that we can. Okay, that's all from me. Please like, comment, share or subscribe. Let me know in the comments how it resonated for you, and bye for now.